Welcome back to part 29 of Pokemon Soul Silver. Last time we were hanging out in this rocket uniform in the department store. This time we're going to head off and up to the Goldenrod Tower and see if we can finish this storyline. Let's actually take the elevator because it's faster. Oh, you got to talk to her. In some games, they're like, they just assault you right when you come in the door. And they're like, what floor can I take you to? How's everybody doing, though? It's been a minute since I recorded this for various reasons, none more prominent than something that I will not talk about, because you know how it is. Don't at me. Oh God, what is happening here? All right, well we're gonna head into the radio tower, see what we can get started here. Huh, interesting. Ooh, wait, let's talk to the lady, because she's probably scared of us. Yes, I've been telling visitors to go home as you instructed. You're darn right. Lucky Xanadu! Okay. Hi, you must be new. You look pretty good in the Team Rocket uniform. Go on ahead. Thank you, good sir. Oh, it's this guy. Bran. Oh, I named him after me. That's so crazy. Stop going around in groups and troubling people. You cowards. Huh? Are you Louie? What are you doing here? No way. You think you're strong now that you look like them? That's foolish. You shouldn't wear those things. Oops. Homie just screwed our freaking cover. That's crazy. I wonder if there's like a mod of this game in which that cutscene doesn't happen, and then you can just go through the whole freaking area without spooking anybody. That'd be nice. I'd appreciate that. Because this is just going to be a part of like non-stop battling. I don't really have much to talk about. Actually, I know exactly what to talk about. I have to pull it up first. Here we go. Game Awards announcements. No, I don't want the biggest announcements. I want everything announced. Yeah, I watched the Game Awards. I thought it was actually Friday, and then someone told me that it was actually Thursday, and I missed like the first half hour of it. But when I turned it on at 8:12 p.m., it actually had. I turned it right on when they were showing The Witcher 4, starring Ciri, which means, I guess all the nope, that's the wrong button. Nope, that's the wrong button. Shift. Oh, we'll go back. Here is what I want. Oh, he's the weakest of the bunch. That's crazy. We gotta level him up. We got Sonic? When did we get Sonic? Alright, the cosplay girls are gonna go crazy now that Ciri is back in the popular lexicon. Like, what? She was in The Witcher 3, which I own but haven't played. And that was, what, 2015? Or maybe it came out before then. I think maybe The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, or like whatever their like complete edition was, came out in 2015. I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like I saw a lot of her back then, and then she kind of faded out for all the other new anime and cosplay chicks. So everybody's going to be cosplaying Ciri in the coming year to 2 years. So that's good for them. I personally don't care. I'm fine either way. Like, I don't partake. And then what was the other thing? Oh, Elden Ring, freaking Nightshade. Elden Ring. What you talking? Oh, I was like, you're already fighting Lance? You didn't even finish all the gyms yet. There's like Elden Ring of Night and Knights or whatever. It's co-op, but can you play it single player? I don't know. Why would they want to take over the radio tower? If it's co-op, cool. But I don't have anybody to play Elden Ring with, so it seems kind of pointless to me. Now, if you can play a single player, cool. I never played Shadow of the Erd Tree, so I'm still not going to play this one. I had my fun with Elden Ring. I got my fill of it. I played all the way to the Altus Plateau. Played a bunch of the Altus... Well, not even a bunch. I played some of the Altus Plateau. Realized that I never really got good with the mechanics. Like, I never got good enough at parrying. I never got good enough at... like perfect blocking or anything. It's just like, It was fine. Elden Ring was a cultural moment in gaming history that I think is really important, and it kind of I won't say democratized, but it definitely spread the love, shall we say, of Souls-like games to a broader audience. Everybody and their grandma was playing Elden Ring. I never really played Souls-likes until Elden Ring, and then that got me into more hard games. You know, I played things like Lies of P and that other trash game. Oh my god, I was so excited for that game. It came out Valentine's Day 2023, I think it was. Oh, what was? Hold on, let's see. I'll tell you. It's on. I got it on Xbox. I'm referring back to my sheet. I mean, I can sit here and Google things because I don't. There's nothing else to talk about. Nothing else is happening here. What was it called? It was called Wanted Dead. I played some of that. I never did an episode for the channel. I played a bunch of that, and I got to a point where I was just getting gangbanged by enemies. I wasn't having any fun, and I didn't feel like trying to master what was a janky game. It was a Souls-like, more of a hack and slash, but with a lot harder, less forgiving of a hack and slash. Like, I think of Devil May Cry as being a bit more forgiving. Like, I played Devil May Cry, was it 5? And I never played a Devil May Cry game. Felt perfectly fine kind of getting through that game. Wanted Dead was a hack and slash that was just insane. And it wasn't insane because the game was good. The mechanics were clunky, the controls were clunky, and you basically had to master a clunky system to win, as opposed to being like, oh, I'm mastering a system that makes sense, and just by trial and error and practice you'll eventually get better at it. So when that happened, I put it down. But that was another like Souls-like game that I kind of got into. Lies of P, all that good stuff. I like hard games now, but I also don't need hard games that are like 100 hours and require all these respecs and all these different, oh, I gotta go here to fight this boss, and now I gotta come back to this boss to fight that boss, and I don't want to do all that. So I'm a stick to not playing Elden Ring. I may play The Witcher 3. I may play The Witcher 4. I need to play The Witcher 3. Again, I don't have time to play The Witcher 3, so I might never play Witcher 4, and I probably won't buy it until I play The Witcher 3, and I'm like, oh, I love this game. You know, I really like Cyberpunk, and I put a lot of time into Cyberpunk. Right now, I'm playing Metaphor ReFantazio. I'm about 30 hours in. I just got to Brawlhaven, and I'm doing some quests that branch off of that city. Like, I just did the exhibition where we, spoiler alert, presented what's-her-name's head to the people. Okay. I may have to figure some things out here because this is not doing well right now, and I can't be showing this. But anyway, yeah, I just got to that part. I'm doing some side quests, and like, that game is really good. It's just really long, and there's a lot of stuff, and dungeons take me about an hour to clear everything out. And what I find is the problem with Metaphor is that, unlike Persona, where Persona, you're never expected to level up your personas. Like, okay, you are to get certain skills, but you never have to level them up more than like 5, at most 10 levels for them to really be useful. Usually they're useful right out the jump. You can hit weaknesses, you can do different status effects. Maybe you level up a couple levels to get another status effect or a skill buffing move. And then what do? You fuse them together to make something else. And I think that's great. With archetypes, they're basically your personas, obviously. However, they force you to level them up to like the max level. And when you have to do that, it means you have to basically grind a bunch. And I find that because you get to a certain level and you can just kind of one-shot enemies, it takes a while to grind this game. I don't know if it'll get better as I progress, but it takes so long to grind in that game. And because of that, I'm like, it's going to take me another like 40 hours to beat, and that's going to be a while. You know, I can put a lot of hours into Call of Duty. I've played 90 hours since launch. I can do that because you're just playing games and you're just sitting there. With something like Metaphor, it's just, there's so much more that you have to plan for and be tactical about that I don't know that I have the time to to just kind of blaze through it. Part of me wants to put it on easy mode, but another part of me is like, that's not as much fun for me. I like the challenge of beating bosses, but I don't know. It's still fairly early. We'll see how it goes. Also announced was Naughty Dog's next game, Intergalactic, which people were saying looks like it was inspired by Akira. That's a day one purchase for me. I never saw Akira, don't really care, but I like the whole... So what I was telling someone was that there are basically 3 buckets you can put AAA games in now. You have your high fantasy, you have your futuristic, like your cyberpunk, and then you have your space. So high fantasy is like your Final Fantasy Rebirth, but it also mixes themes of, you know, cyberpunk, futuristic, or like, what's another high fantasy game? I mean, Final Fantasy 16, let's say that was a high fantasy through and through. You have kingdoms, you have Clive talking like he's from the 1600s, or whenever people talk like that. I don't freaking know. I'm Clive Rossfield. Like, why do you sound like that? Anyway, you got your cyberpunk. You got your whatchamacallit, Balba. What you want, Balba? Oh, Louis, it's Warden Balba. Okay, we gotta go back to Safari Zone. And then you have your space, which is like your Starfield. And it's like, I feel like a lot of big games get placed into that. High fantasy, for example, can be... I'd also... It's not exactly high fantasy, but like God of War, for example. It's Norse mythology. It's not modern. Maybe I should say like pre-modern fantasy. So it could be anything from like Final Fantasy and like its kingdoms and stuff to like Norse mythology with God of War, whatever. But yeah, all like... I feel like most AAA games fall into those buckets now. And so... It's kind of tough because when they showed Jordan attacking that monster on that planet in the cinematic trailer, it's like, okay, this could literally be anything. This is not really different from Star Fox Assault. It's not really different from Cyberpunk. It's not really different from The Witcher. Like, it's not really different from Elden Ring. It's all the same stuff. The key, I think, will be how compelling they made the story, because on face level, it looked like Guardians of the Galaxy. It looked like Guardians of the Galaxy. And that was a great game. That was a fun game. I enjoyed the game. But it looked like Guardians of the Galaxy. If I can get Guardians of the Galaxy, if we have Guardians of the Galaxy at home, then you really need to kind of step out and show homies why we need to play Intergalactic. Something like Uncharted, I think, is really neat because they create a whole world and a lineage of Nathan Drake. And I mean, that game kind of falls out of the realm of those 3 categories I mentioned. And yes, I realize those 3 categories are not comprehensive. Uncharted are basically more modern adventure games. And I guess that could be a 4th category. But, you know, they deal with a lot of, like, old-timey elements in terms of, like, oh, we're investigating castles. So even though it takes place in a modern setting, it still has the fantastical Western, white European backdrop in a lot of senses. Anyway, point being, keep it. The point being, Intergalactic looks good, and I have no doubt that Naughty Dog's going to make a stellar game. I do wonder because Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot. They made Uncharted. Oh, they made Last of Us. Here's the thing. I don't really go to Naughty Dog for action games. I think of Santa Monica Studios, you know, God of War. I think of Insomniac as action games. Naughty Dog makes adventure games. I never look at like I think about Crash Bandicoot, or no, Uncharted, and how, yeah, it's a third-person shooter. Never really feels like a particularly deep third-person shooter. Like Grand Theft Auto 4 is deeper than Uncharted 4. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do recognize that there's nothing really special about Uncharted 4 from that standpoint. And so I guess I worry that Intergalactic won't actually be a very good action game. It'll be more of an adventure game. Again, totally fine. But I just hope they don't sell it with a bunch of adventure or a bunch of action and then come to find out it's just an adventure game. I mean, that's my 2 cents on Intergalactic. I'll probably get it day one because it's Naughty Dog, and Well, okay, maybe I won't get a day one because I didn't like The Last of Us. I don't like stealth games. If it's a stealth game, I doubt they would do that because now The Last of Us is their stealth property. But that said, I don't like The Last of Us. I never beat The Last of Us. Never even touched The Last of Us 2. I didn't even buy it because I don't care for stealth games. I don't care for having to scavenge ammo and plan your assault. I just want to shoot zombies. I don't like feeling weak and trying to crawl through games because all it does is drag things out. Yeah, I kind of hate that. So, I don't know. Probably won't get... Well, I probably will get on Intergalactic, but I will definitely wait for reviews. I've successfully talked myself out of that being a day one purchase. That's the power of Brian Plays Games. You know, I don't know what I'm thinking until I say it out loud. Then I realize what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh snap, here we go. Alrighty. Oh my god, my boy's paralyzed. He's tripping. Was he paralyzed off a synchronize? I don't even know. I think I'm gonna end the episode here. This might be like a one and done. I may not come back and play any more of this game, like for a little bit. But who knows? I don't know yet. I'm surprised my controller hasn't died, but Magnemite, switch folks. Let's just go. There we go. What else was announced? Okami 2. Never played Okami 1. I mean, I'll play it if it's maybe. Let's see. Where can I play? Let's look up. Where can you play Okami 1? Okami. Is it Okami? Okami. Okami, because it's Wolf. It's Wolf. 2006 on PS2. Yeah, I never played this. What does the gameplay picture on Wikipedia look like? Oh, it doesn't even have a gameplay picture. Is it a platform game? Like, what is this game? Genre. Action adventure. Oh, it's on PS4 and Xbox One. Maybe I'll get it. Oh, the gameplay is modeled on Legend of Zelda? Nah. I'm good. Never got Tears of the Kingdom. Never got Echoes of Wisdom. I'm not a big Zelda fan. I have a bunch of Zelda games. I don't particularly care for Zelda games. I've never had fun. Outside of Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time, I've never had fun playing Zelda games. They always feel like a chore. So for that reason alone, I'm probably not going to get Okami. But that's fine. Maybe it'll look really good. Maybe it'll be less puzzly. Like, I don't mind a puzzle game, but I need my puzzles to be contained. Alright, we don't want to go that way, so. Oh god, is it more rockets? Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Pokemon Soul Silver. Next time, we'll come back, finish off the tower here, and see what lies in store for Louie and the gang. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.